Hey, hello and welcome. This is Mike Shuddy with Horse Racing Nation and author of your 2012 Kentucky Derby Super Screener. That 138th running of the Kentucky Derby is just days away. I know we're all getting very excited. Probably going to be a little distracted, not as focused at work this week, but that's okay. We're preparing and we need to do extra preparation this year. Why? Because experts say that maybe 8, 9 horses, any of those 8 or 9 could win this year's edition of the Derby. We need extra screening. We need extra separation. Perfect job for the Super Screener. This year, Super Screeners got that down, whittled it down to 4 top win contenders, and 2 of those right now are 20-1 or higher. Last year, right before the Breeders' Cup, we took the Super Screener methodology, applied it to all the races, and we identified 4 horses, favorites, fan favorites, that we said stand against. It was Uncle Mo, The Factor, Turbulent Descent, and Big Drama. All 4 of those, none of them hit the top 4 finishes in their respective races. So this is not a system. This is an analysis based on comprehensive research that is done, for example, in the Kentucky Derby, looking at the last 18 races, over 300 horses. We try to understand what criteria separates the winners from the losers, what criteria identifies those favorites that are vulnerable, and of course, those bomber long shots, of which there are many in every Derby, that have the best shot of hitting the bottom of trifectas or superfectas. We applied that same methodology here this year, and we came up with some interesting, shocking results in some cases. And right now, we're about to reveal to you one horse that's on most people's top 5 list, a horse that's never finished worse than second in its career, and that's right, it's none other than the 2-year-old champion, Hansen. Now, here's why the Super Screener's taking a stand against. As you remember, the Super Screener really takes into consideration the total energy of a horse, how that horse distributes that energy throughout a race, and also the likely pace that that horse will encounter. In the case of Hansen, a lot of negatives working against. Has a lot of energy distributed up front, not enough to be held in reserve for later in the race. He's very aggressive early on, difficult to rate. In fact, his trainer refused to work with a workmate here recently because he says the horse gets too aggressive when there's a workmate next to him early in the work. Now, can you imagine what's going to happen in a Derby field where there's 19 others and horses like Trinneberg or Take Charge Indy breathing down his neck and others behind him keeping him honest? This is going to be a very, very difficult race for Hansen. Not to say this isn't a quality horse. No one can run faster than this horse early, and anybody trying is going to end up at the back of the field. But the Super Screener says, at low price, stand against. And that's because the Super Screener looks at how a horse has run its preps, not just what time the horse had finished in. So, big consideration when we come into a Kentucky Derby, which is a very different complexion than any of the prep races run prior. Now, to get this and more exciting results, shocking results for that matter, get your Super Screener right now, www.superscreener.com. And of course, in this edition, we've got all the horses ranked, analyzed, and we will have the wagering recommendations for you as well. Last year, of course, we hit a couple of trifectas, which made a lot of our fans pretty happy. So, do not hesitate. Go to www.superscreener.com. Get yours today. And of course, get in the game. Play DerbyWars.com. It's our exciting online handicapping platform. Just in time, we've got the $50,000 tournament, which will take place on Kentucky Derby Day, May 5th. So, until then, good luck on this incredible Derby. It's going to be another one for the ages. And I want you in that Derby to go fast and win.